Hello once again. So again, this is another video that we can use as part of your things to review. So we have now, or we're going to talk now about organizing as the other function of management. So this is a function of management that technically requires a synchronization or like a collaborations of each and every department within the organization. So we talk about organizing. One of the reason why different companies has different department, and each department has different functions uh, to make sure that they have specialization. This is one of time, and also to make sure that the flow of the operations are well organized. So finance has the job, marketing has their job, production has their job, HR has their job. Okay. Now in the organizing functions, so it is assured that each and every part of the operations are well coordinated to a different department. So you have plan on what to achieve. And now next step that you have to do is to make sure that everything down or everything in the operations are properly or will I would say well managed or properly managed. Now, for you to be able to have that, you have to have a specific department who is going to perform a specific job as well. And now that's part of the so-called organizing. Now, it's a synchronization, as I've mentioned, or a combination of a human, physical, and financial resources. So those M's that we have always talk about, okay, you have to have the so-called organization or a proper organizing or a proper way of how you organize your human resource, how you organize your money, how you organize your your machine, how you organize and all other ends of management. Now with organizing, you can assure that the people within the organization are working according to what they are supposed to supposed to be doing. Okay, because with organizing, everything is being set. You, as part of the marketing department, what are the things that you need to be doing? What are the things that you should be doing, or what are the things that are part of your functions? Same with the financial department. What are your functions? What are the things that you're supposed to be doing? No, same with the production department and the HR department. So it's like with this function, the company or the organization is being assured that whatever gonna happen, each and every department already know their functions. You know it. Okay. Now, um, let's try to as we have discussed this one, and try to maybe have to refresh. Whatever you have, learnings that we have. If you can remember there the different steps, that the in organizing as part of the manager's job. We had there the identification of the activity. Then once the activity is being identified, you have to check which departmentalizing it that needs to do the activity. And then after you identify the department, so you have to classify which of that activity is has to be done first, has to be given priority. And then after you do that, the coordinations within the department, within the organization. Okay, but what is important in organizing is that you know what activity needs to be done. You know what specific activity needs to be done by each and every department. You need to identify uh, activities that has to be prioritized. So that's actually what an organizing function is doing. Okay. Now, as I've mentioned, so that you will, for you to be, to avoid you guys to be get confused about it, so you have to first remember that with organizing as part of the manager's job, your job someday once you become a manager, first thing that you have to look at is to identify what is the particular activity. What's the reason for that? For you to be able to know who among those departments has a particular concern on that particular activity. Like say, for example, if the activity involves hiring, if the activity involves training and development, if the activity involves about the grievance issues of the employees within the organization, so you know where to go. It should be done in an HR department. If the concern or the activity is about improving the sales, if the activity is all about like changing the target, changing the quota, or if the activity is all about uh, 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 how to push the product into the market, so it should be done by the marketing department. And if the activity is about raw materials, it's about producing product, it's about warehousing, so you have to go to the supply chain management or the supply chain department. Or maybe in particular, we talk about producing product, you have to go to the production department in particular. Okay? Now, so by simply identifying the activity, you as part of the organization knows how actually how to organize, you know, those activity. So that's the most one of the most important thing that you have to do. So identify a certain activity. Okay, and then once you do that one, once you are coordinated with a particular department, then you have to have the collaboration of each and every department, the coordination of each and every department, so that the cohesive flow or the cohesive work or work environment will technically be being achieved. No, it's not just because it's the marketing job, then let's leave everything to the marketing. So each and every department has a certain functions or has a certain activity that can support what the marketing people is doing. Okay, all right. So that's actually what organization is. And when everything is properly organized, you can actually identify specialization. You can actually identify. You can actually do a well-defined job. You can clarify authorities. You know, because as I mentioned, when activity is done, then you have to assign. Then the clarity is there. No, and once it's this being done, the effect in the organization, well, typically it may provide growth. It may provide a sense of security for all your people. Okay, and if it's well coordinated, whatever changes that may happen, whatever possibilities, hopefully would not happen, but whatever changes that may happen, your people is ready. Why? Because everything is well coordinated. That's the good thing when you have a well organized process, a well organized approach, or a well organized people within the organization. Okay, so that's what I would like you to remember about organizing. And we have that. As I've mentioned also, when talk about organization, this involves about the organizational chart. Wherein we talk about the line organization, the line and staff organizations. Wherein actually we're just simply looking at the organizational chart. You're supposed to know where to go. So if you're in the marketing department, so you have to go directly to the people in charge in the marketing department. If you're with finance, go to finance. Don't just like mention your problem to the marketing department, because it may create chaos within the organizations. The organizational chart will guide you. Who are your higher ups? Whom are you going to report to? Okay, who are the people involved in the organization, so that at least you have an idea who are you working with. All right. So the organizational chart is simply like a picture of what type of organization you have. What type of the functionality of each and every people within the organization. You can see who is the head of the marketing, finance, is the vice president, the president, and even the CEO, and so on. And so that at least you'll be guided as to who are these people. And when you're able to have talk to these people, then at least you know who are they, their position, and how are you going to talk to them. So that's the good thing with the so-called organizing, because it gives direction to what each and everyone will be doing within the organization. Okay, so yan po yung what we call organizing as function of management. Okay, for that, have a good day. Next video, I will be talking about staffing. As I've mentioned in some other book, um, there's only four, no? Planning, organizing, directing, and controlling. Staffing is being incorporated into organizing because they said that people or human resource as just part of the resources in an organization, a normal resources. But with the advent of the so-called total quality management or the new management concept, so staffing or human resource is being treated as the most important, as not an ordinary resource within the organization. So we're going to talk about staffing on our next video. Okay. Have a nice day and keep safe.